अत्र उपस्थितः प्रथम आचार्य अध्यक्षः शेषशायी कागितं यन्त्रगारस्य प्रथम अध्यक्षः श्रीमान् गोपालरत्नं महोदयः, अस्माकं तमिळ्नाडुराज्यस्य आरक्षकः विभागे प्रथम अध्यक्षः श्रीमान् नटराज महोदयः च अस्माकं प्रसिद्धिप्रचुरविभागम् औद्योगिकविभागम् आन्मीकविभागं भारतीय विद्याभवन चेन्नै तमिळ्नाडु प्रदेशस्य अध्यक्षः श्रीमान् रामस्वामी महोदयः, श्रीमती मेरी रोड्रिगोस महिला अतीव प्रसिद्धं लभ्य महिला व्यापारी जनायाः प्रथम अध्यक्षा च अत्र उपविशन्तः पंडिताः सर्वेभ्यः मम हार्दं स्वागतम्। साधारणरीत्या कुत्रापि कदापि किमपि अहं गत्वा तत्र किञ्चित् वाक्यं संस्कृतभाषायाम् अहं वदामि। कारणम् अहं सत्यप्रमाणं नीतवान्, किमपि कुत्रापि कदापि संस्कृतभाषा अस्माकं भारतदेशस्य प्रधानभाषा। अस्माकं सर्वसंस्कृतिः संस्कृतभाषया मुखेन एव उज्जीवति। तत् मात्रं न, वेदाः, स्मृतयः, पुराणानि, शास्त्राणि, बौद्धशास्त्रं वा, गणितशास्त्रं वा, रसायनशास्त्रं वा, यन्त्रशास्त्रं वा, शरीरशास्त्रं वा सर्वमपि अस्माकं संस्कृतभाषायां सन्ति। एतत् सत्यवाक्यमेव। सो तदर्थम् अहं किमपि गत्वापि अहं संस्कृतभाषायाम् आद्यम् उक्त्वा अनन्तरम् अहम् अन्यभाषायां वदामि। एतत् मम सम्प्रदायमेव। अतः सर्वेभ्यः कुटुम्बमध्ये किञ्चित् अपि संस्कृतभाषायां वदतु। कारणम् अस्माकं कुटुम्बगौरवम्, अस्माकं लक्ष्मीकटाक्षं, कुटुम्बस्य लक्ष्मीकटाक्षं सर्वमपि अभिवृद्धिर्भवति। एतत् सत्यवाक्यमेव। साधारणरीत्या संस्कृतं वक्तुं शक्यते। अतीव वेदसंस्कृतं वा अथवा आचार्यसंस्कृतं वा आवश्यकं नास्ति। अहं गच्छामि, त्वं गच्छति इति वदतु। ए भोः, कूपीं जलं पूरयित्वा कूपीम् आनयतु इति साधारणरीत्या वक्तुं शक्यते। सो तदर्थमेव सर्वेभ्यः संस्कृतं वदतु। कारणम् अस्माकं तमिळ् भाषायामपि 80% संस्कृतपदमेव। सो तदर्थं संस्कृतभाषा वक्तुम् अतीव सुलभमेव। अन्यभाषा पठनम् अपेक्षया संस्कृतभाषा पठनम् अतीव सुलभमेव। सो तदर्थं सर्वेभ्यः संस्कृतभाषा पठतु, वदतु, कुटुम्बमध्ये अपि वदतु इति उक्त्वा अहम् उपसंहरामि। मम पुस्तकस्य विषये अहम् आङ्ग्लभाषायां वदामि। I thank all my chairman Gopal Ratnam sir and all the delegates sitting here. Gopal Ratnam sir has written a beautiful review of my book, in which he says it is difficult to accept and difficult to differ. Well, I will come to that point. That point struck me. What struck me was a beautiful verse from Ishopanishad, wherein the Rishi explains, Vidya cha avidya yah veda upayam saha avidyaya martyum tirthva vidyaya amritam ashnute. Both are there. Vidya and avidya is there. Yavan oruvan knows veda upayam saha, upayam both. Avidya eva. Avidya means ignorance. He crosses martyum tirthva. Vidyaya amritam also he obtains. That means there are two sides to the same coin. It beautifully explains Negativity or whatever you think, dark energy is energy. And the visible energy you see in the cosmos is energy. You have to have both to cross the universe. Now, this is a very beautiful point which I want, otherwise I would forget in the course of my talk. The reason why I started this is, I was also a teacher in University of Missouri, teaching undergraduate students and teaching in Liba for about 7-8 years in management subjects. There is a difference. In Gadopanishad, Yama says, Nachiketa asks, and there is a difference. There is a difference at the creation level. No matter what type of hard work you do, you have to have the infusion. I'm not calling it as divine grace. I don't think I call as divine grace, but I would call it as an infusion of cosmic energy in you. René Descartes, the famous French philosopher, says, everything is predetermined, but you are not conscious of what is determined for you by an external force. Fourth meditation. Please read that book by René Descartes. Everything. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, everything is predetermined and preordained. You cannot change it. Page number 146, Know Thyself book. Well, I will come to that. So that incited me. But I will come to that later on. There is a lot of questions. Free will. I will discuss that also today. The basic thing is, I want young students, young entrepreneurs, the startup fellows to know what is meant by anger, what is meant by criticism, what is meant by appreciation. All these things you have to know. So I have deliberately picked out verses from Bhagavad Gita and also from Mahabharata. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says very clearly, Krodhat bhavati sammoha, sammohat smriti vibhramaha, smriti bhramshat buddhinasho, buddhinashat pranashyati. Dear Arjuna, from kobam comes your delusion. From delusion comes your idiocy. From idiocy, you are completely gone, and then that is the death for you. Beautifully he says, Yama goes in Vanaparva and there he meets a Yaksha. All his brothers are consumed by the Yaksha. Then the Yaksha asks, I will leave you, but answer me this question. Kim no hitva na sochati? Which if you hitva, throw away, you will not grieve? Yama says, Yudhishthira says very correctly, Krodam. Krodam hitva na sochati. It's the only thing, if I leave, I will get profit. I will not lose. If I lose money, I will lose money, yes, I will feel. If I lose friendship, relationship, yes, I will feel. If I lose the anger, I will gain. Beautifully, Yudhishthira answers to Yama, who comes in the form of an Yaksha. Likewise, there are various scripts. Our SV, I would say, is one of the finest industrialists India has ever produced for the background from which he was coming from. He used to say, Satyam Bhruyan, Priyam Bhruyan, Na Bhruyan, Asatyam Ma Apriyam. Priyam cha na anrutam Bhruyan, Dvesham, Eshaha Sanatana Dharmaha. Satyam Bhruyan, all these things I do not want to explain now. It becomes a philosophical class. But the point is, everything is available in the Vedas for young students to go there and then prepare your ground so that you till the ground and then you fertilize it and then you can put the seeds for growth. All those things I have just given in my book. Throw away the ego. Where it is available, beautifully in Uddhava Gita, it is there. Chapter 5, verse 10, section 8. When he says, Kuraram was a bird. Then Uddhava is being advised by Lord Krishna that Kuraram, Jagnur, Balino Anye, Samisham, Paritejya, Saha Sukam Anuvindita. That means he gave away the flesh when it was attacked by another powerful bird so that it want happiness. That means he threw away the ego. If you have ego, you will have lots of problem. Do not want to, you feel you are superior to others. You will not even stand up as a mark of respect when an elderly person comes into your room. You will think, why should I? Youngsters will think. So these are all the reasons which I gave in the first about 12 or 13, just to lay the bed for the students to read, or for anybody who wants to go to entrepreneur, how you have to react to practical situations. Just a basic reading. But my idea was not that. In my over the experience exposed, I found out a lot of things. So that I did. When I went to Mathur, I spoke to those scholars. Then I went to some of the remote parts in Kerala. I spoke to those Tantric Nambudris. There is something behind. It's not, I'm not just taking, because I am also exposed to Western science. There is a difference. I will come to that. No, if you want to argue with me mathematically, I will argue. You take a square, 1 meter by 1 meter is 1 square meter. But if I use Zenok's paradox, I will say, okay, within that area, I'm going to construct smaller squares. Sum total will be correct, 1 square meter. Then I'm going to make half, plus 1/4, plus 1/8, plus 1/16, plus 1 by 32, plus 1 by 64. I'll keep on making squares. What you have is finite fractions in an infinite series. You will never come to an end. Infinitism is fine. That's it. You cannot describe Purnamidam, Purnamadam, Purnat, Purnameva Udachyate. Purnasya, Purnamadaya, Purnameva Avasishyate. You cannot touch Purnam. That's infinite. So in this 1 square meter, if you want to argue with me, I will argue with you. I'll create an finite fraction of in an infinite series. Where is the end? It is not argument. But Peter Drucker says planning, organizing, directing, staffing and controlling, fine. Okay, but then what Steve Jobs says, be foolish, stay hungry. His method is so. If I am foolish and if I stay hungry, I will lose money. My hand will burn. It is fine for Steve Jobs. He has been built with a different energy force. Does not suit me. It will not suit most of the young entrepreneurs or most of the entrepreneurs. I am sure. Well, come to physics. Beautifully, Lawrence Krauss, the famous astrophysicist from University of Virginia or Pennsylvania now, argues in the cosmos, the universe is flat. You shoot laser beams and then you take a triangle. The area of the triangle will be 180 degrees in a flat surface. Very correct. Absolutely brilliant. But then Thomas Campbell comes and says, I also take my land surveyor in my land, 10 miles by 10 miles, I construct a survey. That also I get a 180 degrees, the sum total of a triangle. The earth is round. The earth is round. Therefore, the area which Lawrence Krauss measures is infinitely small when compared to the size of the universe. So there is no comparison. The universe is expanding. The universe is expanding. The galaxies of the universe are expanding at a greater speed than the speed of light. So no light is going to ricochet back to you. You can argue that in the earth, you are going to get the light back at the back of your earth. Or if you start at one point, you will arrive at the same point. That's why the earth is a round globe. And same with universe. But universe, it is expanding fast. Which light will come back to you? No, everywhere there are some total of arguments and counter-arguments. Even Avayar says beautifully, பாடுபட்டு தேடி பணத்தை புதைத்து வைத்த கேடுகட்ட மானிடரே கேளுங்கள், கூடுவிட்டுங் காவிதான் போயின பின் யாரை அனுபவிப்பார் பாவிகாள் அந்த பணம். அதே வயலை she says, ஆன முதலில் அதிகம் செலவானால் மானம் இழந்து மதிகட்டு போன திசை எல்லோர்க்கும் கல்வனாய் ஏழு விருப்பும் தீயனாய் நல்லார்க்கும் பொல்லானாம் நாடு. Both they will talk. You can talk. You can keep on talking. So what one suits for one doesn't suit for the other. This was my finding. There is nothing called Peter Drucker's management, Philip Kotler's marketing theory. All this would not work for any of the entrepreneurs for them if they go on a book approach. My question is, there are a lot of professors in IIT or top class Ivy colleges. Why they are not doing business? Why they are not as successful as Shri Gopal Ratnam? Mukesh Ambani came out from Stanford. Steve Ballmer came out from Stanford. There are brilliant professors with PhD doctorates in Stanford. They could do business much better than Mukesh or Steve Ballmer. Why they are not doing it? Why are not they successful? Why you learn business studies? You want to make money in business. Come to practice. Come to practical thinking. Why I want an MBA? I get a good job, get good salary, good fat money. I want to earn money in business. So somebody says you do management, you learn a lot of money in business. But those professors, top class Ivy League professors sitting all over the world are no match for anybody. Of any of the normal businessmen like Lakshmi Mittal is only a BCom.